Alright, wake up samurai, a new Star Citizen video has just dropped. We've just got a new behind the ships for the Kruger L-21 Wolf, which is a ship we've known about for like a couple of weeks when the new loading screen came out in the PTU and we saw it in that window at the top right. So very excited to take a look at this, and it's the first Star Citizen YouTube video that we've had on their channel for about 2 weeks since the sounding video, which sounded weird, that I didn't bother doing a reacts to because it wasn't something that I found interesting enough to do a reacts to. But this is a new ship, and yeah, we love new ships, don't we? Okay, let's get into it. I haven't seen this yet. I genuinely have not watched a single thing. 4.5 minutes, so nice and speedy. Let's go. Oh yeah.
I would describe Kruger as beautiful, bold, and elegant, not afraid to make a statement.
Okay.
Unlike Origin, Kruger ships have a certain retro feel to them, but still feel upmarket. The L-21 is a light fighter designed to be fast, agile, and nimble.
It looks nice.
The trade-off is that you have to take extra care when getting into battle. You can't take the hits, you have to avoid them.
Okay. It looks like the Nubu from Star Wars, right? Very similar vibes.
So the concept, I thought this is really amazing, and I can't wait to work on it. It looks also very challenging because of this ships and the
That's a nice look.
Instead of kind of having layered surfaces like a lot of other Star Citizen ships have, the surfaces are very clean, very smooth.
It's got the 400i fin in the bottom.
The direction for the ship was to make it sleek, aerodynamic, and aggressive.
Oh, look at that paint. That looks nice.
The exterior of the ship has the silhouette of a Spitfire, but it looks a lot more resto modern and futuristic.
The silhouette of a Spitfire. Does it? I do not get that vibe whatsoever.
We definitely looked at a lot of World War II aircraft, and that's kind of where the influence came from. The tail is shorter, so it has this very aggressive, nose pointing upward stance when it's landed.
Nice.
It kind of feels like...
Oh, look at that.
Waiting to bounce.
Gatling gun?
And that's why she's called the Wolf.
I like the name.
The engine cells on the wings, I think, create a very nice silhouette, especially from the top. I'm also very, very happy with the form language that we managed to do on it. We decided to expose a lot of cabling.
Okay. I just saw the Spitfire. I just saw the Spitfire silhouette
So we managed to
here with the front nose. Actually, you know what? It's a bit more like a Mustang. You know, the Mustang in World War II had the scoop, the air scoop underneath. I get more of a Mustang vibe from it than a Spitfire, but I kind of get it from a side profile. But the silhouette from the top, I'm not seeing it. I'm sorry, but yeah, I kind of get it from here. But I would say more Mustang with that underneath scoop.
We decided to expose a lot of greebling. We decided to expose a lot of the engine itself.
It's primarily pipes. The heat travels down it, and it really promotes how strong that the ship actually is. It highlights the grace of the ship.
Nice. All right. Who let him cook? Like a freaking Toyota with the headlights coming out the bonnet.
It highlights the grace of the ship.
Sorry, I wanted to run it back. Look at that.
In all directions. You have 4 missiles in the left wing, and you have 4 missiles in the right wing.
I'm very happy with the deploy animation of the weapons. That's something that any other ship does to this extent, where we have the weapons completely hidden in the fuselage, which creates a very, very smooth package.
Nice aerodynamics. But you can't remove them.
Comfy place to be.
You can't remove them if they're built in. So for racers, that's going to annoy them, right? If you can't take them out, it's going to frustrate people. This is a cool looking, for weight balance, that is. That's a really cool looking interior. Look at that. Is that an analog watch? In the year 2955? I like this. I do like this. It's a nice... It reminds me of like a sports car in regards to like the screen here that comes up with all your information. Kind of like an Aston Martin. I do like this. It's it's a nice design.
When you look out from the ship, you have great visibility from the left, the right, and ahead of you.
That's amazing. That's such good visibility.
It just looks so slick. The dash is such a strong shape. I've not seen the shape before in any of the other ships.
You'll notice in between your legs a brand new clock, which I believe is the first that we've implemented in a vehicle.
Are you happy with the clock?
Yeah, the clock looks great. It looks like a Swiss timepiece that's in between your legs, just so you can keep track of server time.
You have to stop saying in between your legs.
Oh yeah, the fin. The fin was a idea I kind of had when I noticed from certain angles, especially the nose.
It looks so
had
good.
some shapes reminiscent of a boat. So I was kind of thinking, it might be interesting to add something like a keel, also just to make the silhouette a bit more interesting, especially when looked at from the side. And it's also, once again, something that I don't really think any other ship at this point has. And it just adds to there being a transition from landed mode to flight mode.
The 400 has a fin, doesn't
This
it?
vehicle is for somebody who wants a
400i?
nice, sleek, elegant design.
Maybe not.
People who are into sports cars, I hope they will appreciate the surfacing on this ship. I hope people who like retro sci-fi will appreciate the big engine nacelles on the wingtips.
That is nice looking.
Hope everyone likes it.
It's very unique. There's currently no other ship that looks like it.
Is it your favorite ship you've worked on so far?
Yes, it's my favorite ship. I love the ship. It gave me a lot of headache, but
I think
It
the
does
team
look
that I worked
nice.
with was really cool, and I think the ship turned out really epic, and I think you should fly it.
I don't know how I feel about the fin. Low flyers are going to be wound up by that. You're just clipping all the terrain. Okay, so not too much to unpack there. I mean, it looks pretty good. Let's go back for a second. It's a nice looking ship. Like, it is. I know I've said that loads of times in this video. It does look the part. That landed, like, where's the shot of it landed on the pad at the freight elevators of the 300 series? That's nice. That is really nice. And it does actually show you, in my opinion, how dated some of these ships are starting to look now. Like, even the geometry on this looks a little bit blocky. I don't know if that's just the lighting. But I feel like we need some, like, gold passes on these older ships. But, I mean, we've needed that forever, right? And we'll get it when 1.0 comes out, I imagine, not before. But it would be nice to see some of these ships get a bit of love and a bit of TLC when time permits. But you can see the difference in quality just in that picture alone. It's very Star Wars. It's very Nubu. It's very it looks cool. I'm really liking the silhouette. The two Gatlins, cool. I mean, they could have probably just made this a racing ship. I'm sure there will be a racing variant and a missile variant that has two big missile pods. Kind of like those missile launchers that come out with loads of tiny little missile holes, and you pop up and you do like a barrage of like 8 at a time, like a shot. I don't even know what do you know what I'm doing? Let me try and hit a picture. Hang on. Kind of like this, like up here on the top right, like with the multiple tubes that pop out and fire maybe one go, or maybe even more like this, that pops out the wings instead of the Gatling, and we have like a tube of missiles that could maybe be a missile variant, and that would be pretty cool to see. And a racing variant, we'll definitely see variants of it, of course we will. It's going to happen. Yeah, it looks cool. It's not a ship for me. I'll be totally honest from the get-go. It's not something that I'm personally interested in picking up. When it's in game, I'm sure in a few months I'll pick it up in game for a bit of fun. And I'll definitely try and, if any of my friends buy them, I'll definitely want to get involved and take it for a flight. But it's not a ship that I personally would use. I'm not a big fan of light fighters as a whole anyway. Let me know what you think. Do you think this is a big dub? Are you going to be picking one of these up? Or is it just another ship that you're not interested in, waiting for maybe an old pledge ship that you've pledged for a long time ago? Like me, I have, I think, 3 of my ships that I own on the pledge store out of about 6 are all concepts still. So, yeah. But this does look nice. So, I don't know what kind of role it's really going to have. It's a light fighter. It's small. It can't be docked on a constellation like the Merlin can. So, well, as far as I'm aware, it can't. So that's one thing. For transport, it's going to have probably a small quantum drive. Or does it even have a quantum drive? I doubt it will. Like, where is it going to store one? But maybe it does with a very short range. Fuel in this thing will probably run out relatively quick, although it is light and small. So maybe not as quick as I'm initially thinking. A lot of questions that I haven't seen them do the answers to as of just yet. But I'm sure they'll do a Q&A and explain all of that. But if it doesn't have quantum, then it has to be a ship that you whack into your cargo hold. I would like to see it fit into a a Carrack, because not many ships can fit into the Carrack's cargo hold in the grand scheme of things. And looking at this, it looks like it's smaller, although it is about the same length. It's hard to tell from the angle, but it does look like it could potentially be smaller than the 300 series. I mean, width-wise, it's probably about the same, maybe a bit bigger, but length-wise, it's hard to tell. But maybe it is a bit longer. If this doesn't fit in a Carrack, then I think it's a huge L, personally. Not many ships fit in there, as I said. It would be good to have another ship that does. But realistically, where are you going to take this? If you take a Polaris, if you take a Idris, if you take a Perseus when that comes out, an Odyssey when that comes out, any of those ships, and you have a big cargo hold, you're probably going to take something like a Hornet or maybe even an Avenger or Sabre. That there's so many other ships that are probably going to outperform this ship in terms of combat, that if you're going to take anything on board a ship like a Polaris, you can fit those in. You can fit all those other ships I just mentioned into a Polaris comfortably, multiple of them in fact. And an Idris, I mean, you can fit all sorts on there. So I just don't know where this sits in regards to where it's going to fit into the food chain. We'll wait and see if it has a quantum drive. It doesn't seem to say that they mention it does or doesn't. And yeah, we need to. This needs to fit in a Carrack. This needs to fit in a Carrack to make it viable, in my opinion, because then it will be a ship that is used, I think, quite a lot. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Make sure to like and subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Hopefully, we're getting another ISC this Thursday around the 4.3 patch. I've been playing that in PTU. It's good fun. And if you are not aware and you are in the UK for CitizenCon this year, which is going to be CitizenCon Direct, so it's all live streamed in October, on the 11th of October specifically, then come to our watch party. We are hosting a watch party, the Quantum Dispatch, the podcast that I am part of. We put together a watch party. It's awesome. You get goodie bags. There's a UK's largest planetarium to watch the live stream in. You've got a loot hunt, ship giveaways, double dogs. It's going to be a great event, and it's all hosted in Leicester at the National Space Centre. So if you haven't got tickets for that, please consider going to pick up tickets, because the VIP tickets have now sold out as of time of recording. So yeah, there is just general admission left, but general admission still gets you some great stuff, and there is VIP CCU tickets that you can find in the loot hunt that will upgrade your general admission to a VIP, get you a seat in the planetarium and the extended goodie bag. Either way, it's going to be a great event, so please consider coming to that. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to go and check out my main YouTube channel, GFA Plays. Link in the description to all of that, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.